Hey guys, making a quick tutorial explaining. Tell me about your last project. I'm answering this question for manual testers. In a separate video, I'll answer it for automation testers. When answering this question, give details. Do not just talk about the tools you have used. I usually talk about my current project if I am still working on a project. If my project ended, then I use the term last project. Idea is same and interviewer understand that. I usually give a brief introduction about nature of the project. For example, I'm currently working at abcdef.com, or my last project was with abcdef.com, and I was part of their reward program QA team. Then you can start explaining in details the duties you had or the responsibilities you carried on as a QA tester. After that, I talk about the project in very detail, give as much detail as possible. Doing that, it shows the interviewer that you know your stuff. This question is usually asked beginning of the interview. Most of the time, this question or tell me about yourself is asked. Again, don't hold me accountable if they don't ask you this or tell me about yourself. I'm sharing my experience or experience of my peers and friends as well. When I do an interview, I usually ask one of these questions. So it's a chance to share your experience with the interviewer or interviewers. For my experience, there are about 5, 6 questions you really need to nail in the interview. This is one of the question. I'm going to share other questions and answers in different videos. Saying all that, let's answer the question. I'm currently working at abcdef.com and I'm part of their reward program QA team. Prior to testing, I was given the BRD, FRD, screenshots, mockups, flowcharts, and other documents. I reviewed or I analyzed those documents and reached out to BA or product team for any clarification I needed. Then from those documents, I created test scenarios and test cases. Then reviewed those documents with QA lead and other team members. The testing coverage was set up to two major areas: backend data validation and UI validation. Backend data validation was very crucial part of the testing because this particular reward program is offered for first time. For backend testing, I have used not only SQL database Couchbase. I was given CSV file. First, I ran the CSV file from terminal and validated that data was inserted correctly. I verified that all data in CSV file was inserted correctly in database. I also manipulated data in CSV file and made sure that changes reflected in database correctly. Doing so, one of the bug I found, data was inserted in wrong field. For example, in CSV file, progress field has value of 2, but in database it is displaying as null. In front end, I did GUI testing, positive, negative, functional smoke, regression, cross-browser testing in different versions of IE, Safari, Chrome, Firefox. Also perform GUI and functional testing on iOS, Android, Windows phones and devices. I have used Chrome emulator to test various phones and devices. I have found many bugs during browser testing. Most of the bugs I found in IE, Firefox, and Android browser. For example, in some places, buttons weren't aligned, content issue, arrows weren't visible, selecting a different language logged me out, selecting a different language changed the page layout, and translation error. I also participated in daily Scrum, backlog grooming meeting, sprint planning, sprint demo, and retro meeting. I worked with other QA team members and successfully communicated with BA, Scrum Master, and Dev team for further clarification on certain requirements, bugs. I logged bugs in Jira Tracking Tool and tracked bugs till they were resolved or closed. I have also used GitHub. If you can say something similar to this, I think it will be good. Thank you for watching and don't forget to subscribe.